What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Anthony Lee, A. Lee Real Estate, and I'm super hyped. We got a dope live tonight. I am interviewing my favorite realtor in the game, one of my team members and partners in the real estate game, Brandy the Brave, Brandy the Boss, Brandy the Bull. So when she gets in here, we're going to bring her up. But this would be a good one. I think you guys would like this. We're going to talk about the journey of entrepreneurship, the journey in real estate, and, being a woman taking on a journey as an entrepreneur, first generation entrepreneurship. So, we're going to touch on all those things. So definitely make sure you guys share this live. And if not, you can always watch the replay. What's going on, Alyssa? How are you? Definitely appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed Monday night session. And those who don't know, don't forget this Saturday, we have a home buyer seminar in person in Overbrook. The information is in my story, so make sure you guys come out if you want to learn about how to make your credit score a 700 or better and how to buy a house in 60 days or less. Let me see here. Come out and play. There we go.
What's up?
Nothing much. You gotta back it up a little bit. There we go. I did not talk to Rapid Rehousing yet. They didn't even answer. They did not answer. But I'm staying on them though. But Brandy the Brave, welcome. I appreciate you tuning in. Our first live together. Brandy the Brave, Brandy the Bull, Brandy the Boss in the building. So we definitely appreciate you. How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm excited to be here, man. It took me 8 months to get on here, so I'm finally here. I finally made it. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you. What you got going on right now? How you making out?
Oh, man. So it's been a good year. It's been a good year so far. I'm grateful. I'm excited. I'm working hard. I'm finding balance. Busier than I've ever been. So it's a process, but it's a fun process.
So we're gonna pin that, right? But before we jump into that, because I definitely want to hear about this amazing year, because it's only March. So you must be
right.
your vision board and your goals must be alive right now, alive and well.
We hit it early.
That's what's up. So tell us a little bit about Brandy. I mean, what made you get into real estate?
So I was in corporate. I was in HR human resources. I had been with this tech company in recruiting, and I remember it was a startup company, very small, only a couple employees. So they would watch the clock for you. You got a 30-minute lunch, you come back after 30 minutes. So I remember going to lunch one day and I got, I think I ordered pizza or wings or something like that. But by the time I came back to my desk and it was time to go and clock back in, like I literally didn't have enough time to eat. And I was just sitting there like, yo, this can't be it. This cannot be it. So that day I just kind of started Googling ways to make good money pretty quickly. And what met skill set, and definitely real estate was one of the first things that popped up. And I bought my courses on Temple, and it still took me another year to take the courses and finish them. But eventually I did, and here I am. So
that's what's up. So that feeling of being rushed, that time that's supposed to be your personal time and you couldn't even enjoy it, was kind of the push you needed to say, yo, it's got to be something more out there.
Yeah, definitely. I had a problem with that. I've always valued my time. And like I said, I just didn't feel like I was making the best use of it. And then when you on the calls all morning and this is going on and that's going on, the little 30 minutes or 45 minutes that you have to yourself, you really value that time. And then
right.
My wings and my pizza, whatever it was, and that was upsetting. That was upsetting, man. That hurt me.
Oh, that's definitely tough, man. I definitely understand that. So that journey of saying, you said something there. You said, hey, what can I do to make money kind of quick? So how's that been, or how was that for you trying to pivot? Like, did you just quit the job? Did you get licensed and keep the job? How'd that work?
Yeah. So I jumped in head first, man. I'm impulsive. So I'm just the type of person that's sink or swim. I jumped in head first. I quit pretty quickly. I put in my 2 weeks notice, of course, but I didn't really have any backup plan, no money saved up, nothing. And I thought I was going to hop into real estate and make good money, but it didn't work out that way. To make good money in real estate. So it was a struggle. I mean, I've been in it for 4 years now, and it's been a struggle like the whole time. So like I said, it's due. It's about due for me to have a good year and really be in my moment. I'm appreciating it.
That's what's up. So talk about that though, because I mean, I'm just saying a lot of people I feel like get the misconception that, yo, let me get my real estate license, let me become a wholesaler, let me buy this one house and I'm about to be up a couple M's. So like, I mean, what is that? Like, talk about that for us.
Yeah, no, I hear it all the time. And I thought that too. I can't knock that because I thought that too. But you come in and it takes a certain amount of dedication. It takes a certain amount of skill. It takes a certain amount of life balance. You get paid differently. It takes a certain amount of budgeting that I wasn't used to. So it's so many different aspects of being an entrepreneur. Being self-employed is different when you're punching in on somebody else's clock and they're giving you a list of things to do for the day versus you having to make that for yourself and really make it work and producing something and keeping it once you get it. So it's a different ball game. Like it's taken me a while, but we get there.
So it's funny, right? So I'm saying, I know when I first started and was hyped that I was an entrepreneur, I was going to breakfast and lunch by myself every day because I said, to your point about lunch, I go to lunch when I want. I eat what I want. I do my thing, right? But then them checks don't keep coming so you can keep going to lunch. And then you got an overdraft fee. You got several overdraft fees because the bills come and you still swiping the card.
Yeah. No, seriously. It's crazy because you 100% right. But that's why I'm not taking my foot off the gas right now. Like, it's been a good year and I am closing and, I'm not looking at my bank account as hard as I was because I know the money there. But at the same time, it's not chill time. Like, we are not on that because, like, I could be cool now and in a month or two, it may slow up or whatever. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, it's funny hearing you say that because it's like, yo, I'm going to do this. And like you said, yo, it takes time. So it's like, what would you say to that person that might be at the 9-to-5 right now and they do want to jump in? Because you said you was impulsive. So do you recommend going ahead and being impulsive, or do you recommend maybe trying to be, maybe having a little plan? Like, what do you think if you had to replay that moment? Because I'm not mad at you for jumping out. I think at some point you got to jump for sure. See, I got fired. Right. That's how I ended up like this. I didn't necessarily, the first time I got fired. Second time, I did put my resignation in.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to have either some cushion or a good support system, right? I'm a person who I was never going to be homeless. The lights weren't going to be shut off and that kind of thing. So I'm blessed in the aspect that I had a thorough support system behind me. But if you don't have that and you haven't made some cushion for yourself in terms of savings and having that money just in case things don't go like you think they're going to go, you got to be prepared for stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, we are adults. We do have lives. We have, some of the children and families and stuff like that. You got to stay on point with that kind of stuff too.
I hear that. And like, it's crazy, like you said, in that journey when you like, yo, I know I'm supposed to be making money. I see everybody else making money, but damn, where my money at? So like, how did you fight those battles or demons, in the midst of, trying to figure out your process?
Oh my God. So here's the thing, and it's crazy because you were there for part of that process. Like, I had some days where I'm like, yo, it's just not adding up. The footwork I'm putting in, I'm on the ground every day, and it was not a lack of dedication. But like I said, I just hadn't put the pieces together yet. And then in the era of social media where everybody look like they get into it, then you are a part of this peer group in the industry where you see some heavy hitters walk in the room and you be like, well, she do what I do. I'm not getting it like she getting it.
Right.
But again, it's a process. It really is. And I think if you stay consistent in anything, you are going to see, fruit from it. It's going to produce eventually. And that's just where I had to come to with it. You got to stay 10 toes down in it to see anything happen.
For sure. So, and that's why, like I said, I respect and I salute you because I've seen, and been able to witness your journey And it's great to see like, yo, no matter what, you never quit. And then not to mention you're always evolving. You have your clothing line, you know, you have your consulting that you're doing with people, helping people get prepared for home ownership, and even just business consulting. So that's why I was like, yo, in this journey, I feel like even in the struggle, you learn to, you know, what's the word? You learn to not evolve, but you learn to adapt. You learn
Yep.
to adapt, and you learn to, you know, add other things to your arsenal, because sometimes this might not be clicking over here, but then you might have something clicking over here. So this way you never fall all the way down. You know, at least you could cover. And you know, now it's just a matter of time before the other stuff start popping.
Okay. Because one thing we know is we know hustle. And that could be good. It's a good thing, but sometimes it could be to our detriment too. Because I know I'm going to get it. Like somewhere it's going to come, and I'm gonna get what I need to get done. But that's one of those things where you got to learn to turn it into a business mindset, because hustle is not a business. Like you got to really legitimize it and have a schedule and be organized. And people get on me all the time because I don't pick up my phone and I'm not as social, or I'm not out and I can't. But it's like I either want it or I don't. It's sacrifices that have to be made in this. So yeah.
No, but I don't know if you just peep. I need you to rewind that, Brandy. You just said hustle is not running a business.
Yeah. Completely
So,
different.
so can you talk about that a little bit more in regards to like, what does that mean? Because I mean, everybody wants to have a hustler spirit. I get it. And everybody wants to be ambitious. I get it. But at the same token, as you grow in this business and hit new levels, and I know what you're talking about, but I need you to push on it a little bit in regards to like, what does that look like as you evolve from the hustler to the CEO?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. So when I came in, I knew to hop on social media, right? I did what came naturally to me. I told my story. I got a good eye for certain things. Like, you know, like I said, I'm a business consultant as well. So the logos and the websites and the marketing and all of that stuff kind of came in second nature. But now that the leads coming in, okay, do I have something in place to be able to call these people back? Am I following up properly? So it's tons of leads I lost control of, never followed up with them. Tons of appointments I missed, not having an actual appointment setting system in place.
Right.
Have no back office. I wasn't no accounting, no nothing, no bookkeeping, like literally spending money. Didn't know that I had to pay taxes on my own. It was just all kinds of stuff where it's like, okay, I wasn't set up properly the way I needed to be. And now when you know, you know, but those are some painful and costly mistakes.
Costly. I love it. Nah, so but like I said, the dope thing is I think for a lot of us, you know, first generation entrepreneur, first generation business owners, you know, it's one thing that they tell you like, yo, start a business. It's another thing for them to teach you how to actually run a business. And like you said, that's when you realize, wait, a lot of people was out here just getting by, you know, and for all of that, like I had to make a decision at one point, yo, I could just go back and get a job, and at least I know I'm gonna get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You know, versus doing this and stressing out. At least I'm gonna get some health care, and I'm gonna get a paycheck every 2 weeks, and I ain't gonna owe the IRS because I'm gonna get the taxes taken out. You know, so I know for me, I did go back and get a job. I did it when I first had my oldest son, but then I got to a point where like, yo, I was making more money doing my business than I was my job, and then my job started tripping on me. So then I had to make a decision: is it worth it to stay or worth it to go? But then when I went, like the second time I went, you know, I had a little more experience. I had a few more people around me, so it was like, yo, we gonna be all right now. And that
Right.
was 2016, and we've been taking names and getting it in ever since.
Okay, I love it. I love it. And you absolutely right. You absolutely right. Because one thing I have done, I'm not above it. I'm going back too a couple times. But once you get a taste of this entrepreneurship and making your own schedule, you walk to the employment place like you're a boss. And that doesn't work well. So once I got a taste of being my own boss and being an entrepreneur, it was real hard for me to take direction from somebody else after that. So it just, you know, I couldn't go back. I couldn't stay in there if I went back.
No, the funny thing is, I would go to the interview and tell them what I wanted to do and wasn't going to do, and then be confused why I didn't get a call back. Like,
Now I
yo,
don't need
y'all know I'm
that.
only. Say it again, Brandy.
I said, yeah, you walking in like I don't really need this job. I don't have to be.
Right, like, yo, y'all know I'm just here, but I ain't here. I want to let y'all know. Nah, man, but like you said, it's part of the journey. It's humbling. It's definitely humbling. So, so I mean, for you, like you said, going through that journey, trying to figure out, hustler to CEO. And I mean, now, again, looking back, what are some of the other things you can share for people that are looking to, jump out there, get started, not just on the business side, but on the personal side? Like,
Yeah.
what does the personal look like? Is it coaches? Is it going to networking events? How'd you build that discipline?
Yeah, no, I love that question. I absolutely love that question because, like I said, when I came in, I very much focused my marketing and my branding around my story, which is a struggle-based story. It's something that people can relate to, and it's something that people understand and people connect with emotionally. So I've had a lot of support, outpouring of support from day one, but I started to lean too much on that story. You know what I mean? I got to a place where the struggle actually became my identity almost. And that's a problem because I made a video and it's crazy. This was right after your event. I think I left your event, the investment blueprint, John, and I sat in the car and I made a video. I was so inspired and I was salty at the same time. Like, how is so much going on in terms of, entrepreneurs and Black people being successful in my age group in this room, and what am I doing wrong? And I just sat there and was like, yo, I'm still in my struggle. I'm still living in that space and I got to come up out of that. So I stopped coming from a place of weakness and struggle, and I started to really buckle down and just be like, yo, I'm over that. I'm not a victim. It's done. The struggle couldn't stop me. So that's been my new little phrase. The struggle couldn't stop us. That's a thing. So that's
That's
where
dope.
definitely real estate coaches. I have you as a mentor. It's a couple people in real estate that I've grown to respect and value their opinion on things. I am investing in seminars. I'm investing in education to be able to continue my knowledge. You're only gonna get so much for free, so I take that serious too.
No, that's what's up. So I kind of want to hear about, though, not the struggle, but what was the new phrase? What's our new phrase for 2022?
Struggle couldn't stop us.
The struggle couldn't stop us. That's dope, because I feel like you said, it's easy to identify what the problem is, but now the question is, are you going to lean on that problem, or are you going to be the solution to your problem? So it's kind of like, how'd you pick yourself up, and how did you, because I feel like you said you were basically inspired by the people in the room, and you was like, well, if they up there on the panel, I need to be up there on the panel because I do what they do.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, like you mentioned not too long ago, you got to identify the problem first. I didn't know it was a problem. But Tracy specifically said something to the effect of therapy being something that was very important, that you had to learn, that going into entrepreneurship and touching a certain level and touching a certain amount of money requires you to be in a certain mindset and a certain headspace. And that was real powerful. I had actually just started therapy around that time, but I hadn't really cleaned up my circle. I hadn't cleaned up some bad habits. And I wasn't taking business as seriously as I thought I was. Like, in my head, it was serious. I was, so I buckled down.
No, it's funny hearing you say that. Like, I realized I wasn't taking business serious. I'm like, well, how much serious do you got to take it? Like, what? How many levels is it to the seriousness of taking it, though, Brandy?
I'm telling you, I was, like I said, I was glorifying hustle. Like, oh, it's grinding nothing, and I'm out here working hard, and my feet on the ground, I'm in the field, and rah rah rah, and that's cute. Like, it sounds good. It makes for great content, but at the end of the day, when you work that hard and the money not hitting like it's supposed to hit, that's a problem.
Well, not so funny you're saying that, because, like you said, when you think that hustling, and you think that exerting a lot of energy equates to more money.
There you
I'm gonna
go.
say that again. Exerting a lot of energy in your mind, or what you're told, is that it equates to more money. And the messed up thing is, that's only because, depending on where you're getting this information from, they're teaching us how to be employees, or how to be
Yep.
told what to do.
Yep.
We're the ones being delegated. But
That's
then when you learn, the people who are really working on the high level, they do the delegating. There's a difference. Don't be delegated, do the delegating. So now you look up and you like, hold up. I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got money in the bank. Something. I'm tired now, but my tired ain't physical, it's mental.
Yep.
Because my brain is always working. I'm sending emails, I'm sending text messages, I'm setting this up, I'm setting that up. You know, you'd be surprised. You actually could share more opportunity and spread the money out and make more money than if you tried to keep it to yourself. And it's like go ahead.
Here's the thing about that. It's so true, and I see it. I have entrepreneur friends. I see the same thing, right? Brave is my baby. So it means so much to me because it's my legacy, right? I didn't come up with much. I didn't have much, and I built this thing from the ground up, and it's lucrative. So I didn't want anybody else's hands in it. Like, I didn't want to have anybody sending my emails. I didn't want people having access to my client list. I didn't want people touching my marketing if I didn't approve it first. So that kind of stuff, again, it starts to hinder you, but you got to learn that that's not the way businesses move. They don't operate like that. So you 100% right. Yeah.
No, I'll say that I struggled with that as well for so long because, like you said, it's like, you know, you grow up thinking you can't trust people or you can't let nobody in your mix because they gonna be trying to steal stuff. And it's like, for real, people steal. Things happen all the time. You can't stop that from happening. However, though, what you want to do is have things in place that can, if it happens, you get rid of them real quick and you replace them. That's one thing you got to be able to do. Fire people fast and, you know, hire people slow. And it's part of this game. Some people you're going to be able to have a long relationship. Some people is going to be for a season. But however it go, you definitely got to be 10 toes down where, like Tracy said, like you just said, between therapy and taking care of your mental stability and working on your emotional intelligence, yo, this entrepreneur game will take you so many places you can't imagine. It'll do so many things for your family, which is great to see. Like you said, the evolution. And like now, you know, you taking trips, the kids is missing school, they doing their thing. And it's like, damn, like, oh, this what them bulls be talking about at them 500 companies. And this what them dudes be doing. And you like, little old me, I'm actually doing it.
I love that. Entrepreneurship. So you said entrepreneurship can take you places you didn't even imagine. And that's the truest statement, because you thinking, all right, I'm just trying to make this, and I got a habit of doing that. I just want to make this year. You could double that. You could triple that if you really apply yourself and you put yourself in the right position around the right people. It's unimaginable where you could go. There is no ceiling. There is no ceiling.
Right. And then to go further with it, like, yo, if you learn to trust yourself and you work on you first, nobody can move you off your square and remove you from your spot. What's for you is for you. But again, you got to work on them insecurities. And I'll be the first one to tell you, yo, I had a lot of insecurities in the game. You know, I say all my insecurities, the COVID helped me with my insecurities because I had all this time by myself. We in a house, we masking up. I had no choice and then I had COVID twice. I had no choice but to deal with my demons in the dark by myself, quarantining from my family and my friends.
Pivotal. The pandemic was pivotal, I think, for a lot of people. And it's crazy because it showed you who you really were. I think some people folded in that moment and in that space, and some people made the most of it and came out on the other side a little different. So yeah.
For sure. So definitely. So for you now, you know, pumping the business, doing what you're doing, what is going on in regards to your agent business? How are you helping clients today?
So one, it's a crazy market. So it's very important to have an agent who is versed in what contracts look like, how to put in a strong offer is of the utmost importance right now in the state that we're in. Two, is also important to know who is who, right? You want to have somebody with skin in the game in the industry because everybody is selling something. So you don't want to get in a position where you run into somebody that seems like they know what they're talking about, or they seem like they know what they're doing, and one of the biggest purchases of your life stands. So I'm absolutely keeping my clients informed on what the market is, the market state is, keeping them informed on what's happening. I'm big on integrity. I'm big on being reliable. So most of my client base now is referrals, because these people send me to their family members. They send me to their friends because they trust me that much. So that's where I'm at.
what can you tell people that are looking to purchase a house in 2022? Like, how can you best prepare them?
Um, I think it's best to start moving now, as soon as possible. People tend to, oh, I'm going to do it later, or you sit on live and get information, or you get on a YouTube video or Google something and get the info, but never do anything with it. Even if you are looking to buy in the next 6 months to a year, call an agent right now, because I'm the type that's going to follow up with you in 3 months and hold you accountable. Hey, how
Right.
you working on your credit? Are you still okay with that? Have you been making any progress? It doesn't matter how early you start. You just really need to start somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I come to you today and say, hey, Brandy, I'm thinking about buying a house, but, you know, I don't know what credit score I need. Like, what advice can you give me? Like, what kind of credit score do I need to be able to purchase a house in 2022? Can I still get I used to hear, like, you get a house with a 580 credit score. Is that still true?
It's not that anymore. Of course, the stronger the better. But you definitely want to come in with the 640 in the lease to be able to get the best interest rates, to be able to get the best loan terms with your lender. They really do base it off your score. So you want to make sure that you have loan terms that are fitting for you. So definitely a 640. The higher the better. The better your loan terms will be if it comes in higher than that.
And what about grants? Are there already any grants out there to help me?
So we are in grant season, baby. Yes, man, grant money is available. It doesn't matter what tax bracket you are in, how much money you have, or what price point you're shopping in for your home. You don't want to come to the closing table with $20,000, $30,000, $15,000 if you don't have to. So utilize the grant money that's there, even if you think you're not eligible, even if you don't think you need it because you got some money saved up. If it's there, utilize it, and you need to talk to an agent to make sure you understand fully how you can do that.
Gotcha. And I mean, I hear the market's pretty competitive in the essence of, or in the sense of, it's multiple offers and, people are paying and not doing inspections. I mean, is it true, or what's like how we navigate them waters? Because I mean, me personally, I feel like I need to at least do a home inspection, but I'm willing to negotiate if it's the house I really love.
Right, right. No, absolutely. So it is definitely a jungle out here. We are putting in offers. We are in bidding wars on a regular basis. So yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are waiving inspection. In the event you want to waive inspection, is not something that I would necessarily advise against. However, I would say you need to do one for informational purposes. So you could put a contingency in your contract that says, I want to waive inspection. I'm not going to request repairs. However, I do want to do it for informational purpose. You have to know what's going on with your house. You want to know what's going on roof to the basement. So get your inspection for informational purposes. You can waive it in the contract and say, hey, I'm not asking for repairs, but at least for your knowledge, get it done.
For sure, because it's like, yo, you buying something that you about to be married to for the next 30 plus years or however long, and you want this to be a special relationship. You don't want this to be a relationship that, I know when you first buy a house and you get hit for the ticket items, you're like, damn, how much is a roof? How much is a heating system? How much is, a backed up plumbing line or sewer line? Like, yo, all that stuff adds up. And not to mention, you can't call the realtor and say, yo, I got this problem now that you got these keys. It's on you, and you need money for that, and you still need money to live life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth, because you can have an absolutely amazing process with purchasing your home and it is everything you wanted. And then within 3 months, you get into the house and something goes wrong because you didn't have the inspection. Um, it's going to overpower all of those amazing feelings that you had while you were in the process of purchasing the property. So, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So, do you have anything coming up if people wanted to come learn about buying a home?
Oh my goodness. So we have our home buying seminar coming up this Saturday. It's going to be from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. I will be there. You will be there. Our team will be there. It's dope to be a part of a team for a few reasons, but specifically, we all have different strengths. We all have different powers that we bring to the group. So I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but maybe you are. So it's different personalities, it's different people with different knowledge sets. So come and hear from everybody, see everybody. We'll all be there.
That's what's up. So, and then I don't know if you mentioned this, but your license also Pennsylvania and where else?
I got my license in Delaware not too long ago. So yeah, I'm trying to, like you said, continue to evolve. I'm trying to keep the options open for my clients because some of them, don't want to be in the city any longer. So we are definitely expanding. Right now, we're in PA and Delaware.
That's what's up. So, what about that Delaware market? Is it just as competitive as PA, or you getting a little more buyer friendly in Delaware?
It's still a competitive market. I like Delaware a lot because I feel like oftentimes, you get people on the phone, especially for their first home. If they have children, they want a backyard, they want off-street parking, they want a detached house. I don't have a problem with finding those kind of properties in their price point in Delaware. Oftentimes,
Okay.
that market is a little different. It's a little more difficult. It's a higher price point. So that's one thing I really do like about the Delaware market, but it's still very competitive for sure.
That's what's up. So, and what about the schools? How's Delaware compared to Philly with the schools?
Yeah, definitely a better school district. It depends on the area you are in, but we actually give in our buyer consultation information about the school district, local shopping, local highways and byways, local eateries, all of the things that you would absolutely need to be able to live in a space and feel comfortable there. If you're not from there, I can offer you that during the consultation.
That's what's up. So, if I'm a home buyer and I got to choose, like, do I have to choose Pennsylvania or Delaware, or can we kind of look at all the options?
So we have people on our team, one, and we also have different referral agents that we can pull in for deals. So it doesn't have to be a specific place. Just make the call first, reach out, and if we can't get it done for you, we have referral partners who are just as confident to be able to get it done as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, besides the real estate and the journey of the entrepreneurship, though, can you just tell us a little bit about the story you kept mentioning earlier? Like, can you, for those who don't know, what is that story you were referring to?
Yeah, man. So my story is I'm originally from North Philly. I came from a terrible upbringing. And looking back, my mom did what she could. My family did what they could. My father was in prison most of my life. He actually didn't get out until my adulthood. My mother, unfortunately, suffered through addiction for most of my childhood. And as the years went on, it progressed. So I'm sure you can imagine there was not a lot of money coming in and out of the house. We didn't have a home growing up. There wasn't any stable, nothing was stable. We were literally couch surfing. My
Right.
mom, all of my siblings, like it was crazy. So, you can imagine a child without foundation, no education, no nothing, no stability, no stability at all. I got I turned 18, and then I had children and I met my husband, and I just didn't have what I felt like I needed to be successful. So I had to learn all of those skills literally from the ground up. So everything that I didn't get in my childhood, everything that I didn't know, balancing a checkbook, how credit works, not spending money, budgeting, all of these things are things I had to work, and then even being homeless. All of these things I had to work through. So, like I said, even in my adulthood, those things still affect me to this day. But you gotta keep pushing, go for it. Don't feel like that's going to stop you from being successful. And you gotta overcome it, unlearn those things. So that's where I'm at.
So, I think that's amazing, the fact that you're still here today and you're doing all the things that you're doing in regards to giving back to the community and even helping the community. Because I think one of the things you touched on earlier was like, or at least it sounded like to me that you were alluding to, you feel like not having a stable home made other things in your life a little more challenging. So it's like, would you also say that's one of the deciding factors for you to be wanting to help so many people to home ownership?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it doesn't matter the smile people put on. You never know what a person is going through. Like, you know what I mean? Most often people don't come to you and say, hey, I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling through homelessness. I don't know how to, like I said, balance a checkbook. My credit is terrible. When you meet people, you don't see that face all the time. So, you got to be kind to people, one. And two, you have to be willing to share knowledge or anything that you have to give. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't always have to be monetary. If it's information, if it's inspiration, if it's encouragement, or if it is knowledge that's going to be able to help them in the future, be giving of that. You never know how it's going to affect you. You never know how it's going to come back to you. So yeah, I'm big on that. I'm big on taking care of my folks.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I think it's really dope that, like you said, like what you didn't have as a child, but you're giving it to your family now. So like you said, marriage, a stable home, so now your kids get a chance to go, further than what you went and, have that stability and options. Because, again, even though those things happened to you and you went through it, but that doesn't necessarily make that who you are. That's something that happened, but it doesn't make you who you are, because as people, we're always evolving and we're always growing, and I think sometimes that's even a challenge, especially for people close to us. Like, yo, I used to do this, or that was this, like, but you don't see who I am today. See me for who I am, and you'll be able to appreciate that, because if not, you have to hit the link in my bio soon enough just to get through. So,
Okay.
either
Okay.
either rock with me, or you're gonna be hitting again that link in my bio, and that's gonna cost you. So, I definitely think that's dope, man.
That's so valid. That's so valid. Cause I told you that was the only place I knew how to pull strength from. I didn't really know how to, get up in the morning and go out and get it. I had to be coming from a place of pain all the time. Like, oh well, they did me wrong and they did me bad, and I'm gonna show them, and I'm gonna come back 10 times harder. And that only is gonna take you but so far. You can't operate in that space all the time. So
Ooh, I didn't know you was gonna go there, Brandy, because so you saying you used it as motivation, but then you used it as a crutch, kind of to fuel you. But it's like that fuel was kind of burning, because that stuff happened years ago, not yesterday. And then you realize, like, all right, how can I motivate myself on my own without nothing from no negativity? And now, like you said, would you say it's a different walk when you're operating from a space of happiness and healing per se?
you know what I will say is happiness is new to me. Healing is new to me. And I'm having the best year ever. Like, closing this many deals is new to me. Having to schedule my calls back to back to back is new to me. Dealing with multiple clients at a time and then getting referrals coming in is new to me. So it's all new. But
All at the same time, you closing deals and still getting referrals. And it's like, yo, I thought my plate was full, but man, it ain't full enough. Look at you.
seriously, and I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly. And like I said, I'm still on the gas. Like, I'm not chilling at all. Because there was moments where I couldn't get a lead, or I couldn't close something, or people wanted to be on my phone with the rah rah, but didn't want business. So I'm thankful, man, and I think a lot of that has to do with healing. Yeah.
So are you telling me, because I think this is what you pushing to, your healing or what you have been working on yourself is now attracting the right things to help you manifest and multiply financially, spiritually, and all of the other good stuff?
You already know. You already know. You already know what I was getting to. That's absolutely true. And here's the crazy thing. I heard it all the time on the YouTube videos. And I even have books, like, where I'm trying to figure this thing out. But it's not until I had to get out of my own way. Like I said, I'm from the struggle, but that doesn't define me. Like, I really need to live up to that brave name, because I got to pull myself up out of that. And there is nothing braver than that, to be able to pull yourself up out of the space, crawl out the hole, and, go elevate, find something higher up, find something to level up on.
Yo, I think it's dope that you're able to talk about that, out loud, say it out loud, because I think a lot of people need to hear that. And it's like you said, like, a lot of people are running around with this chip on their shoulder and don't realize you keep getting this negative energy and all these challenges because that's what you keep projecting and you don't realize it, or that's what you keep putting in the forefront versus like, yo, let me pivot. Even if I ain't happy today, let me try to be happy, because I don't know who that might attract. And like you said, it's attracting money. It's attracting money.
I had no idea. And it's not easy. It's not. And if I would have known what I know now, like, I always kick myself in the behind. Like, yo, if I knew 10 years ago, man, I could have been so much farther in life. But it is what it is. Start from today. Like, literally start from today. And get them people off your phone that don't mean you well, that want to always be in your struggle, and they always want to know what's going on, and it's negative, and they feeding off of that. Get them people out your way. You got to. I don't care if you, like in the pandemic, you said you sitting down with yourself. You have to sometimes get to a place where you sitting down by yourself. get to it. Like,
Nah, and like you said, if you need help, don't be scared to ask for help. Whether it's somebody you could trust, whether it's I say get a professional. And like that was one of the game changers for me. Get a therapist that can talk to you and that you can be honest with, because now you don't got to worry about who they talking to about your business in the street,
yeah,
who said what, who is they whispering about me because I just told them this.
sure.
Now it's a professional.
Yeah.
They want to help you. You can be vulnerable, you can be honest, the good, bad, or indifferent. So invest in your mental health, invest in your journey, because again, you be surprised, you blocking your own money. And like you said, like they've been ringing that money siren for you since the kick of the new year, which is dope to hear.
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to do everything in my power to make sure the momentum stay up and I keep it rolling, because one thing I never want to do is fumble the opportunity or the bag when it's here. And like I said, I don't take that lightly because it's been such a long time coming for me.
So
So
we're gonna start with removing I'm trying and say I'm doing, because you were doing it. It
right,
ain't no, we not it ain't no no you're not no you're doing it, Brandy. So definitely salute to you and congratulations, because you've been taking names. You just got agent of the top producing agent February. So it's like, yo, we see the work. We see the work.
I
And
appreciate
you definitely taking names and making it happen. And again, this shows your clients, you putting on for them.
right, right. Yeah, I appreciate that, especially coming from you, man. Because like I said, you definitely been there. Day in this real estate thing. So I'm appreciative that I even if when I was not on your team, I could call you and ask questions and get information and like I said, I have a great support system. People in my circle, people that are doing better than me, people that have excelled in business farther than I am. So if I didn't have that, it wouldn't be as easy as it is.
So
So
don't forget, it's not my team, it's our team. It ain't no team without y'all.
true, true.
So nah, Brandy. I mean, so what else is going on with Brandy? What else can we see in 2022 outside of the home buyer workshop? Do you got anything else planned? Anything else you want to share with us?
Yeah, no, definitely. So I chilled on the merch. The merch is still a thing, but springtime we will have new inventory, so I'm going to focus on that a little bit more. But like I said, I've been just really busy with the real estate side, which is a good thing. Busy is good. But that's not something that I have letting fall by the wayside. I'm definitely going to be doing a new spring inventory, so I'm excited about that. I am pushing to get my first investment property this year. But
Let's go. Let's go.
I need to play it the correct way. So I want a couple plays off that one play. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that. Vacation is coming up. I want to enjoy my time with my family, man. Like I said, right now is a space where I'm not always checking my bank account to make sure I got this and I could do that. I want to put some vacation money away and treat the people I love to a good time. And like I said, put on the gas. That's it.
Nah, that's what's up. And I love the fact that like, yo, you're saying, yo, I'm doing this, but I'm gonna let my family, we gonna enjoy it together. Cause I think a lot of people get caught up in the social media hype, like, yo, I need rollies, I need to be popping bottles, and all that stuff is cool if that's your thing. But I feel like it's a different level of success when you're sharing that success with the people that matter most to you. So, go ahead.
So true. I was just gonna say this thing don't come without sacrifice. So you got to understand, your family is sacrificing time with you. I'm going 8, 10+ hours a day sometimes. So it's only right that they get to see the benefits, as well as get some one-on-one time since they are sharing us with the world and our clients. You know. So
No, I definitely appreciate that. And you mentioned earlier some of your books that you've read. So it's like in this journey, I guess, can you share like your top 3 books that have helped you, with your evolution?
oh my gosh. So I'm actually reading this book right now called Contagious. I don't know the author's name, but it's good. It's kind of talking about viral moments and what makes viral moments and what human behavior has to do with that. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that TikTok is one of these big social media platforms that's really gaining traction quickly and assisting with people finding success quickly. And it's like what makes people tune into these things? What makes people what's catchy? So I like that. That's a good read for me right now. I mean, honestly, I think it's the foundational things. Rich Dad Poor Dad which is a classic. The Richest Man in Babylon, classic. I have this wealth book behind me as well. It's a good joint that has a multitude of different books put together, kind of summarizes them. So
Okay, all right. Well, we definitely appreciate you, Brandy. Brandy the Brave, Brandy the Bull. Make sure you guys the link in her bio. Check out her merch. Do a consultation with her.
yeah,
And again, we have the home buyer seminar this Saturday from 1:30 to 2:30 in Overbrook. You can check her story or check my story for the information. It is free. We are teaching you guys how to have a 700 credit score or better and how to buy a house in 60 days or less, working with the Good Neighbor team. Whether you want to buy in Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, or Maryland, we got you. We got you. So, Brandy, anything else that we missed that you might want to share with the people, or you think you gave them everything?
first of all, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm excited. I had to put in an application to get on here. Like, I made it.
Why are you telling them lies? We've been trying to get you on here for months. Don't nobody try to hear that. Don't nobody try to hear that.
For doing, I see your vision. So I'm excited to be around greatness, man. Honestly.
Nah, I appreciate everybody that's rocking with us and with myself. I got some crazy ideas that be running through my head, and then it don't help. I'm watching the Kanye joint, and it's like, yo, if Kanye, they let Kanye be as wild as he wanted to be with his vision. So it's like, yo, I just hit my videographer up, like, yo, we about to spend the whole day together, just me and you. You know what I mean?
I have to tune in.
Oh, nah, it's a good joint. That's definitely inspiring.
Yeah.
It's definitely inspiring.
Hey, that's perfect.
Nah, so we appreciate everybody. So don't forget, this Saturday we got the home buyer event. If you just tuned in, this Saturday we got a home buyer event. I'm gonna drop the flyer again in my story. You can come on up, pull up, bring your aunt, your cousin, your kids. This Saturday from 1:30 to 2:30, there will also be a light refreshments and food. So we got you covered for a little afternoon snack. Myself, Brandy the Brave, Marlon Belfon, and the rest of the team will all be there, licensed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. We got you. So, if you guys don't have any other questions, you got any questions for Brandy? If not, forever hold your peace. Brandy, we appreciate you. Again, check out Brandy's social media, Brandy the Brave. Make sure you guys connect and get some of her merch. And again, Brandy, you good?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you, Brandy. Have a good one.
Thank you. So bye.